Hello,
Hello,
everyone, and
everyone.
welcome.
Hi,
We are happy to
Matteo.
have you here. Hello,
Perfect.
Matteo.
I'm sure
So here we
Matteo
are.
was here with us this morning.
Okay, great. Hi,
Welcome
Matteo
back.
from Rome. This is
Mm-hmm.
again Monique and Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you remember where we're from, perhaps not. We invite you to guess. So today we're talking about describing your city. So,
Mm.
oh, that's right. I think Matteo said he wanted to study English all day. So hopefully
Yeah,
it's going well. You're learning
he
a
is.
lot of new vocabulary, grammar, and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And it's nice to see you again. Fortunately, I'm good. Excellent. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, today we wanted to start by saying, how are you and where are you? So let's start first with Emily. Can you
Mm.
introduce yourself and say, how are you and where are you?
I'm good today. I'm very good. I'm feeling excited because we're doing something new. These webinars are something that I've never done before. So
Mhm.
this is very exciting for me to be collaborating with Monique as well, my colleague.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm in my house, in my apartment, but my apartment is very small.
Okay.
Um, and my husband is working on the other side of this
Okay.
wall.
Hello to your
So
husband.
I'm in my very cozy small apartment.
Very nice. Lovely.
And you, Monique?
Well, let's say hello to Stefania, who has
Hmm.
joined us. Stefania,
Hello.
you can share if you'd like. How are you and where
Hmm.
are you? And we see Arciana has also joined. Hi, I'm
Hmm.
Arci. I'm fine, and I'm from Bologna. Very
Ah,
cool.
perfect. So
Yeah,
are we. We're
yeah, we
in
love
Bologna right
Bologna.
now.
Hi, Fiorella. You can also say where. How are you and where are you? And hello, Leonardo from Rome. Welcome. So
Excellent.
I will say who I am. I am
Hmm.
Monique, a teacher at my English school in Bologna. So I'm from Los Angeles originally, from California. I've lived in Bologna for 2 years. And how am I? That is a very good question. I don't know.
In this
I'm
period,
not
how is
sure how I
anybody?
am. I am fine. I am okay and I'm healthy. So that's what's
Hmm.
important, really. And I'm doing my best to stay positive and to
Hmm.
stay, to look at the bright side of the interesting and unique situation we're living right now. No? So let's see here. So we see Fiorella. Fiorella, how are you? And where are you? Stefania,
Hmm.
how are you? And where are you? Oh, fine, thanks. Good. Fiorella is from Milan. Lovely. And Caterina
Hmm.
from Livorno. I think we saw Caterina this morning as
Hmm.
well.
I remember.
Lovely and
Yes.
welcome back. Uh,
Excellent.
Stefania, I'm from Rome. I am in my apartment and I'm fine. Excellent. Glad to hear that. I'm also in
Very
my
good.
apartment, which is quite colorful. And I
Hmm.
actually put up that purple thing right there
Hmm.
because I wanted to have some color in the background. I
Yeah, it's very
figured,
nice. I might do the same thing tomorrow. I feel very
yeah,
white,
yeah,
white
exactly. I
behind.
mean, I will be spending a lot of time in this
Mm,
room, so I thought add some color,
yeah, we should make it
flash it
comfortable.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Emily, do you love your city?
I love my city.
Yeah.
I love the place where I was born, and I also love
Uh-huh.
Bologna. I love Italy in
Nice.
general. Um, I think one of the beautiful things is that the world is so diverse. We have so
Hmm.
many different places, that so many interesting places to explore. At the moment, we can't, but in the future,
Okay. Yes. Exactly.
there are lots of places to go to, lots of different cultures, different types of
Absolutely.
architecture to see. What about you?
Absolutely. I would say I love my city. I mean,
Mm.
I live in Bologna and I love
Hmm.
Bologna. Um, do I love Los Angeles? That's an interesting question. It's not easy to say. Los Angeles is a pretty crazy city.
Mm.
I grew up there. So I don't want to say love hate, but it's a special sort of love. Yeah. And do you all love your cities? Let's see. We have some couple people from Rome. Do you love Rome? Do you love
Hmm.
Livorno? Do you love
Milan,
Milan?
Fiorella. Okay.
Yeah. It's interesting. We
Mm.
pronounce Milan differently because I say
Mm.
Milan and you say
Milan,
Milan. Interesting.
Milan with an A.
I
Milan.
sometimes correct students and I say it's Milan. So I gotta not do that. Right. Because here
No,
you have an American accent and an English accent today. So
yeah, of course. So yeah, I'm from Britain, so we have
yeah,
slightly different pronunciation.
slightly different.
Um, but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I think their non-response means they all love their cities. So that's
Yeah.
fantastic. We're happy to know that. And we'll move forward here. Let's see what we'll be looking at in this focus activity. Emily, take it away.
Okay, so this is describing your city, describing what there is in a city, describing what cities are like, and superlatives.
So, for example, what is there in Bologna? Hi, Maria from Naples. Welcome.
Hi.
Nice to have you here. Let's ask the group, what is there in Bologna? Can anyone respond?
Do you
We
know
have people-
Bologna?
Yeah, do you know Bologna? It's
Have you
located
been?
between Rome and Venice. That's like what I tell my friends from Los Angeles. Where is Bologna?
Yes.
So it's in Emilia-Romagna, a lovely region. Let's see here. Matteo, what does he say? I like Rome, but I don't love it. I love Milan because it's amazing and there are more job opportunities.
Okay, good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
very well stated. Okay.
it's important to go where the jobs are.
Yeah, Emily, can you read Arsiana's comment?
Yeah. I love my city too. I'm a student and I think it's the best place to study. Excellent.
Arsiana is in Bologna. Fabulous.
It's a good city for students.
Yeah, and I'm not a student, I'm a teacher, but I also think it's a great place to teach. So, yeah, lovely. Beautiful.
Definitely.
Anyone else want to share about their city or about what there is in Bologna or what there is in their city? Okay. So let's see. We have describing, and then superlatives. Emily, what city do you think this photo is of?
Oh, I don't know. It's quite difficult to see from here. Definitely a big city.
It looks like a marina of some sort.
Yeah,
right?
there's some water, so a city by the sea or by a canal, maybe.
Could it be
What do you
Leicester?
think?
Hi, Nancy. Welcome. Could it be Leicester?
Leicester, my city, we don't have a lot of water.
Okay.
It could be Birmingham. In Birmingham, they have some canals.
Nice.
So yeah, it could be.
I don't think it could be Los Angeles either, because the first part could be Marina del Rey, which is near Santa Monica and Venice Beach. But the back part with the high buildings, no way. Not by the water. No.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Caterina wrote, I love my city. No, that's so nice. Livorno is a small city, not so far from Pisa. By car, there are. So by car, you might say by car, it takes 20 to 30 minutes. So by car, it takes, as opposed to there are, right? Because there are we'll use with nouns. This would be by car, it takes 20 to 30 minutes. Then she says, living in a city for me is better than living in a country. I can go on foot in a cinema market. Okay, cool. Another thing, Katerina, be careful with the article. Remember that when we have articles, there's a difference between definite and indefinite articles. Okay, meaning a country is Italy or France or Spain.
Is the nation.
Would be the countryside, right? So specific, not specific. Okay, but that's great. Thank you for sharing, Katerina. That's lovely.
We have Nancy. Nancy back with us. Hi, Nancy.
Nancy.
Welcome back.
Lovely. Hi, Nancy. Okay. Emily, can you read Leonardo's comment?
Yeah, I love Rome too. There are a lot of things to do. Excellent.
Right. So there are lots of things or a lot of things. I agree.
Theaters, cinemas, museums. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Excellent.
Yeah. Italy is such a gorgeous country, right?
Beautiful, beautiful country to live.
We're
everywhere.
We're all very fortunate to live here, no? So, all right, let's dive in together here. So, in the city, Emily, do you live in the city or the country?
I live at the moment in the city, just outside the city, so in the outskirts of the city. So not in the center, but in the outskirts. So maybe very close to the city. So it's a little bit more residential than the city area, but it's very close to the city.
Nice, yeah. I would say I live in the city. I'm pretty central. I'm not in the historic center, but I'm very close. So it takes about 10 minutes by bike to get
Okay, so
to
it's
the
very
center.
easy to get to the center.
And let's see. Nancy says, I live in Bergamo. It's quiet and nice city. Lovely. What does outskirts mean? Emily, can you describe outskirts again?
Yeah, so you have the city center, which is the center of the city. In Bologna, we have the Le Porte, which are the walls around the city. Anything outside of the center is the outskirts. So it's not a village, it's not a town, but it's just a little bit outside of the main center. Maybe you need to take a bus to get in. You need to take a train, a short train. But it's not the heart of the city. It's a little bit outside. And these places are usually quite residential. So they're usually built for people to live.
Right.
And not so historical.
A lot of times families, like when someone's deciding to start a family, many times people will move out of the historic center and maybe move into a house or into a larger apartment because there's more room and then they can raise a family. Or if you're a musician and you're tired of having neighbors complaining, maybe you decide to go with some friends and move to the outskirts where you get a bigger apartment and then maybe you set up a studio and a rehearsal space. Okay? So those are the outskirts.
Yeah, so it's usually a little bit cheaper to live in the suburbs or in the outskirts.
Yes, Katerina, outskirts is like suburbs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would say it's pretty
I'll be
similar.
right back.
Yeah, I think there are advantages and disadvantages to living in the outskirts. It's maybe not so beautiful, but it's more convenient maybe for the price and the space that you can have. Okay.
Hello.
Monique, are you there? Hello? Okay. Perfect, Mateo. You understand. That's great.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You disappeared for a few seconds.
Hello.
Hello? Hello, can you hear us? Hello? Okay. I think Monique is having a few problems with technology. We'll continue and hopefully she can join us again.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Hello, you're back.
Not sure if this is working, so let me know if you can hear me or not. I'm trying to get the connection back. Give a sign, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. But at the moment, we can't see you. Hello? Hello, guys. Can you hear us? Okay, if you guys could write in the chat if you can hear us or not, that would be great. Monique, I think, has disappeared for now. Okay, Katerina, perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay, and I add myself. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. A couple of technical issues. This is the first day that we're doing webinars, so we're trying to sort out our internet connections. So apologies.
Yes.
We're glad you're back online. So we're glad you're back.
They had a big screen of my face for a while.
Okay. It's nice to be together again. So thank you. Matteo said, I understand. Good.
Thank you.
So let's see. We had, in the meantime, some people add some more things. You might have already read them, Emily.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's see what Nancy says. I prefer town because it's least chaotic than a big city. But in the city, there are many transports. Okay. Sure. There's a lot of transportation. Absolutely. Yeah.
More options, maybe tram, train, metro, maybe.
Or subway, perhaps. Yeah, metro, subway. What about Stefania's? Can you read it, Emily?
I think that the advantages are many. Transports, activities, and job job opportunities. Yeah.
Good.
So the S would be with the opportunities.
Yeah, so we would say job opportunities, like that. Okay. Let's see. Katerina says, yes, Nancy, I hear. I'm glad. Me too. Maria says, I live in Naples. The advantages of living in the city are the means of transport and have all the comforts nearby. I prefer the city to the country. Maria, I agree. For me, I think I also prefer the city. I'm from Los Angeles and I've always lived in big cities. So let's see Stefania's comment. Emily.
I lived in the country for 3 years and I don't like I don't like it.
So in this case, Stefania, you can use the past simple directly. I lived in the country.
Yeah, the was is not necessary.
Yeah, I mean, remember when there's something you talk about that's finished, that's in the past, it's very common sometimes for students to try to complicate it. Actually, when you speak about the past, an event that's finished, you can simply use the past simple. So I lived in the country. So I hope that's clear for Stefania. I lived in the country for 3 years and I again, you would use the past simple, right? And I didn't like it. Yeah, I lived in the country for 1 month and I didn't like it.
1 month.
It was too much. I love nature, but it wasn't for me. Let's see Maria's comment here. Emily.
One of the disadvantages of living in the city is traffic.
Yes.
I agree.
And some people complain about the traffic in Bologna, and I say it's really nice in Bologna compared to some other cities, right?
Compared to Rome, for example.
Compared to Rome, exactly.
I lived in Rome for about 2 months. I love Rome. It's a beautiful city. It's a museum in the open air, but traffic is a little difficult to get used to.
Yeah. I mean, you can get used to anything, though, at the end of the day, right? So let's see. Stefania says, like. Oh, okay. So you didn't like, right? And Leonardo, I like the city because there are more possibilities, plural, so IES, for jobs and recreation. I agree. Yeah. Okay, Matteo, I prefer living in a city because there are a lot of things that you can do. Good. Emily, can you read Arciana's?
I like living in the city because my friends are here. I just take a bus to see them.
I like living in the city because my friends are here. I just take a bus to see them.
You can meet up very easily. Excellent.
Emily, are you there? Are you there,
here.
Emily? Okay,
Have I disappeared?
Yeah, sorry, everyone. If there's some up and down with the Wi-Fi, it's because we're just started doing these webinars. So we apologize. Hopefully we can stay connected, though. So, Emily, can you see Arciana's comments?
Yes, I like living in the city because my friends are here. I just take a bus to see them. So very convenient, very easy to meet up with people.
For example, I love living in Bologna because I can ride my bicycle everywhere, which is not the case in Los Angeles. It is crazy. I have tried to ride my bicycle in Los Angeles. Is
it dangerous?
Crazy. Yes, it's dangerous in the city. If you talk about the beach area, like Venice Beach, Santa Monica, Malibu, it's beautiful to ride a bicycle along the boardwalk, right along the water. But in the city, it's crazy. So let's see. We have a couple more comments here.
Lots of comments coming through. Thank you, guys.
Really nice. Thanks.
Really good to see you interacting.
Yeah. So what does Nancy say, Emily?
Some disadvantages. For example, in the city, there are many activities. Who live in Milan doesn't like quiet places.
Maybe that's a new sentence. Who lives in Milan doesn't like quiet places.
Yeah. So if you like quiet places, maybe Milan is not a good city to choose.
Yes.
Or Rome, perhaps. Bologna maybe is a little bit better. It's a little bit quieter.
I would say the loudest city I ever lived in was New York. I lived in New York for 2 years in Brooklyn. It was so loud all the time.
The city that never sleeps,
City,
I think,
yes,
is the
New York
name.
is
Yeah.
incredible because at 3 a.m. and at 3
Mhm.
p.m. there are about the same amount of people on the subway.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. I loved it though, but
Mhm.
nothing compares to the volume, to the noise level
Of New
then.
York.
Yeah, it was intense. Let's see, Katerina, what she says. In general, living in a city is more comfortable or convenient because of transportation, even if there is more pollution and queues. Okay, very nice
Mm.
use of an English terminology.
Yes. What would
In
you say in
the,
America?
I would say lines. So
Line. Okay.
QE is in the UK,
Very
whereas
British.
line is in the US and
Mm.
or Canada. Just so you all know, I mean, I'll write this here. We're not trying to be singling out just the UK and the US. There are, of course, many countries
Mm.
where English is spoken. Emily's from the UK. I'm from the US, so we use that
So
as
we know
examples.
these things
But in
well.
general, I mean, I would imagine that line is used in Canada, and I would
Hmm.
imagine that Q is used in Ireland. Not
Yeah.
sure, but
Can you understand Q? So if someone comes to
absolutely.
America and if someone comes to England and says line, we can understand.
Yeah, and I can
So
understand Q as
um,
well.
it's not,
I
you don't need to remember. I'm in England. I have to use Q.
yeah, it's a little confusing for me to spell though, honestly.
Yes, it's
Q
difficult to spell.
U E U E. So that's
Yes.
also why I use
Lots of
line.
vowels.
Okay, Katerina is
Okay.
saying because of or thanks. Let's see. Because of or thanks. So, in general, living in
Okay.
a city is more comfortable because of transportation. In
Or
general, living
thanks
in
to
or thanks to transportation.
both,
Okay,
I think. Okay.
that's good.
Thanks is maybe not so common. We wouldn't say as
Hmm.
much thanks to. Maybe thanks to a person is
Hmm.
more common. Like I got this job thanks to my friend.
Right. Yeah.
But it's possible. It's a synonym of
Mhm.
because.
Yeah. And let's see here. Maria. Naples is famous for many things like pizza, Vesuvio, which is what? A volcano. Yeah. Do you pronounce it volcano?
Volcano.
Yeah. Promenade, underground Naples, and for the many castles. I have been to Naples underground and it is
Yes,
amazing.
me
Have you
too. I
been?
was really surprised. I didn't expect
Wow.
such a beautiful underground
Yeah.
system.
And how during World War II, I believe people would go underground to protect themselves where there was a source of water as well. Really,
Yeah,
really fascinating.
beautiful.
Um, okay, let's see here. We have a couple more people who have commented. Stefania, a disadvantage are the noisy neighbors and the traffic. I have noisy neighbors. Yes,
Really?
Stefania, that is so true. Yeah. Maria, hello, I'm Maria Laura.
Welcome.
Sorry. Welcome, Maria. No need to say sorry. We are
Yes, you're
sharing this
very welcome.
together. This is our webinar collectively, mine,
Yeah,
Emily's, and all of yours. So,
we're sorry that you can't speak to us, but
right.
we're very happy
But
to see your comments.
yeah, and Maria, you feel free to tell us how you are and where you are. We're sharing all about our own cities. So, Leonardo, Emily, can you read Leonardo's comment?
Very nice comment. One of the disadvantages of living in a city is pollution, but there are other disadvantages, for example, traffic, and in particular in Rome, usually there are too much
Ah,
tourists.
so too much.
I wouldn't use much here. Monique, what would you use in this situation?
I would use too many tourists because
Mm,
let's do a little small grammar review for everyone. Too much, uncountable. Too many, countable. So there are
yeah,
too many bananas in my kitchen.
there's too much
Or
milk.
there's too much milk.
Yeah. So
So back to
tourists
Leonardo. So tourists
being
is
countable.
countable.
One, two,
Usually, I
three.
mean, there's so many that you can't count them, but they are
It is possible
tourists.
if you wanted,
Yeah,
you
so
could count
one
them.
tourist, two tourists, three tourists. So, okay, but great comment, Leonardo. Matteo is asking, what does Q mean? Let's go back here. A Q, Matteo, is sorry, is it Matteo? Yeah. So, Matteo, a Q is a line. For example, if you go to the post office and get number 200 and they're on number 80, usually you have to wait in a line. It means a lot of people standing one next to the
Yeah.
other. Maybe the queue for a
Yeah.
concert. And the difference between queue and line is that queue is used more in the UK. Line is used more in the United States or in Canada. So hope that's clear. Leonardo is saying, usually not now. Leonardo, usually not now. Okay.
Is maybe responding to one of our previous questions.
I think so. Okay.
Okay.
He says Rome is
the tourists. I've understood. Okay. Usually there are lots of tourists. Not now.
Yes, not now. Okay.
Okay.
This is true. This is very true. Yes. Okay. Good point,
Unfortunately.
Leonardo. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be back
Nancy?
soon.
Yeah. In big cities, there are many tourists. Very good, Nancy. Exactly. So we have countable, so we have many. Exactly. Maria says, I'm living in Milan and I must stay at home. As do we. I'm living in Milan.
Unfortunately.
So I believe we're all at home right now, but that's okay. But what's nice though, everyone, is that we're together. So no one's alone. We're all together in this, which is
we should be very
really
happy
important.
for technology and the opportunities that it gives us in this period.
Exactly. So, okay, let's move forward. If you have any questions, always feel free to write them, but we will go to the next slide together. 1, 2, magic. Okay, Emily, can you read?
Yes, cities of the world. Compare cities from across the world. The are big, the biggest. Expensive, the most expensive. Okay, shall we talk about these adjectives and how we use them?
Absolutely. So can someone tell us what this is called when we say the biggest, the most expensive? How do we refer to this? I often make reference to Superman because we use the. Let's see if I can.
It's number 1.
Put it in a banner. I'm going to try something, Emily. The most beautiful.
The safest. The most modern.
Safest. Yeah, the most modern.
When do we use these types of words?
Yeah. Any ideas when we say the most beautiful or when we say the safest city?
The best.
Best. Ooh, I can do some really effects. I feel very high tech. Look at that. The most beautiful city. The safest city. I hope you are all enjoying my special effects here. I want you to know it's the first day I'm using this new program. So the most beautiful city, the safest city.
We have some good examples from Katerina.
Yeah.
The least, the most, the funniest, the most fun.
Superlatives. All right, exactly. Arciana gets 2 points. Very nice. Maria says, I think Amsterdam is the most particular city in Europe. Very nice. So we are talking about superlatives now. And Emily, how do we form superlatives?
Okay, well, it depends if we're talking about a long adjective or a short adjective. So with a short adjective, for example, big, we just add est. The biggest, the smallest, the warmest. And remember, we need the, because it's the most of something.
Always the.
Always the biggest, the warmest, the coldest, the cheapest. If we have 2 syllables or more, so it's a longer word, we would use the most. So the most exciting, the most interesting.
I heard something interesting on a previous webinar that I was watching where one of our colleagues, Kendra, was saying about if you move your jaw more than once, then you need to use the most. So for example, expensive, you would go right? Expensive.
Very nice.
So the most, whereas big is just once. I thought that was a really cool trick. So
no, it's really good.
Props to Kendra. That was really nice. So we have some people writing. The warmest is Florence. Okay, so the warmest city. Good.
Paris is the most romantic.
The most romantic. Good. Maria says now Milan is the most dangerous city in Italy. Okay. And Katerina is saying they are superlatives, which refers to the best and to the worst things. Okay. Most important thing to remember with superlatives, I would say, is the usage of the word the. Whenever
Don't
you use
forget.
superlatives, remember to use the. Why? Because it's one. You're saying the most expensive, the warmest, right? Arciana's asking the meaning of warm. Warm is quite hot.
Yeah,
Not
it's not
cold.
very hot, but kind of in the
Not
middle.
cold. Warm is a nice temperature. Los Angeles is usually warm, right? So it means comfortable. Not hot, not cold, warm. Okay, we have
Pleasant, pleasantly warm.
Pleasant, exactly. So remember the. So let's see here. Leonardo, I think Rio de Janeiro is the most dangerous city. And again, we're sharing opinions here. Nancy, the coldest is St. Petersburg. Arciana, I hope that's clear, the meaning of warm. We
Okay,
have
good.
good. Is this good? Warm is the ideal temperature. Good question. Remember with a question, Katerina, is warm the ideal temperature? That's a good question. I would say yes, because I love warm weather. What would you say, Emily?
I think it depends on your preferences. Some people prefer the weather to be a little bit cooler. But warm is when it's maybe springtime, you have 25 degrees.
Yes.
It's nice, it's comfortable. So for many people, I think it's the ideal temperature. But maybe there are some people, maybe if they live in Canada, who prefer cold weather.
Some people like cold weather, not me.
So
Some people.
in general, yes, it's the ideal temperature, but maybe not for
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah.
depending.
So I see Leonardo says, I think New York is the most modern city. Good. Nancy, one comment. The most exciting is New York. What we want to be careful here is if you say the, so good usage of the, good with exciting. But if you say the most exciting is New York, what is the problem? Any ideas? Look at how that looks. The most exciting is New York. We don't have a noun being specified. So the most exciting what? In general, you want to specify the noun, okay? So right now we're talking about cities. We know you're talking about cities, but if in a conversation you just say, the most exciting is New York, I'm saying, most exciting.
What?
So
Yeah.
keep aware of that, Nancy and everyone, the most exciting city. So for example, we have Rosalba saying, in my opinion, Amsterdam is the most expensive city. Okay, great, good usage. So let's see, does anyone have other examples? What if I hold up this card? Let's do a trial here. Here is a city that's not listed. Do you know this city? And do you have
Very
any
famous.
comments? Famous for Calatrava. Have you been, Emily?
No, I've never been. It's on my list. My list of places I
been
want
there.
to visit.
I've been there 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
I
you would
love it.
recommend this city?
Yes, I would. So
We
can
have-
everyone read it? What city this is?
Can you see?
Can you see? I don't know. This is an experiment, right? We're trying
It's Valencia.
Yeah, it's Valencia. So we have Katerina says Dublin is the most expensive city. Okay. Maybe
Yes, I've
people
heard
don't
it's quite
know.
expensive.
Yeah. So maybe no one has anyone ever been to Valencia in Spain? It's just south of Barcelona. Okay, no Valencia fans. That's okay. We'll move forward. It was worth trying.
What did you think of Valencia, Monique? Can you give us some superlatives? How would you describe?
I think Valencia is the most inviting city in Spain.
Inviting. Nice.
Yes, I would say Valencia has the best paella in Spain.
Although, very nice.
Please don't, these are just opinions, right?
In your opinion.
I think Valencia is the most interesting city in the province of Valencia.
Okay.
So
it's definitely the biggest, I imagine.
Yeah,
in the province of Valencia.
So, good. Katerina, someone who has. Arciana hasn't. I recommend it when you have a chance. Katerina, Valencia is the most interesting city. How lovely. Beautiful. Okay, good. So if anyone has any more comments about these cities using superlatives, feel free to chime in using any of these. Someone
We have-
on this, go ahead.
We have Stefania, who hasn't been to Valencia, but says that Spain is beautiful and she adores the Spanish people.
Very nice.
Are Spanish
Good.
people the friendliest people? Maybe.
Ooh, I will write that. Are Spanish people the friendliest people? Good question. Did I spell it correctly? I think so. Are Spanish people the friendliest people? What do you all think? Are Spanish people the friendliest people? What do
think
you
we should.
Emily?
I don't know. I've never been to Spain, so I don't know. I don't know so many Spanish people.
Okay.
So I think I would need to go and find out.
Okay.
Can I just mention a grammatical topic?
Yes, absolutely.
Before we were talking about the long and the short adjectives, but this one is a little bit of an exception because obviously friendly is quite a long adjective, it's 2 syllables. But because we have the Y, usually we would just remove the Y and add ist. So for example, friendliest, the opposite would be unfriendliest. Busy, busiest.
I'm taking notes, Emily. That's great. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
So whenever we have a Y at the end of the word, the length of the word is not important. We would always just use ist. Healthiest, unhealthiest is the most common form.
Great. That's a great point. We are very lucky to all have Emily here with us. Friendly, the friendliest. Cool. Thank you, Emily. That's a great
Or the unfriendliest.
Or the unfriendliest, yeah. In the meantime, a couple more comments about Valencia. How lovely. Rosalba, I went to Valencia last December. It is very nice and the cheapest. So for cheap, Rosalba, there's not an I. You add EST, right? So the cheapest city. Yes, it's true. It's a very affordable city. Yeah. Mateo is saying, I went to Valencia 1 year ago, 1 year singular. I love it. I think it's the cheapest city in Spain. Okay. So we have Rosalba and Mateo are agreeing. Very nice. Caterina is back with Paris is the best city. Okay, Paris. Ugliest. Yeah, good point. Nancy, excellent. Yeah.
So
Nancy
similar to friendly.
ugly.
Yeah.
Well put. And then Maria is saying, Paris is the biggest and the most interesting city. I went to Paris. So remember, we use to when we're talking about movement or travel or visiting. So I went to Paris, Maria, but great. Another Maria, we have Maria Pancera, who is saying, yes, Rosalba, cheapest. Excellent. Maria Pancera, yes, the Spanish people are one of the friendliest in the world, but the Italian people. So with people in this case, we would say the Italian people are the most friendly.
Yeah, people is an exception, but is plural. I can have one person, 2 people.
So actually are the friendliest. So are the friendliest. So 1 second, Italian people are the friendliest. Remember the exception that Emily had mentioned, right? So Italian people are the friendliest. It is true. Italian people are loving and friendly and wonderful and warm. So, okay, if there are any questions, you can write them in. But I would say, if you agree, Emily, let's move on forward. Okay, 1, 2, like magic. Bam, it changed.
Wow.
Now, what city are we in here with this image, would you say?
I'm not going to give any clues because I know.
Could it be Leicester?
Possibly. The bus is not very characteristic of Leicester.
Can you say Leicesterian?
Leicesterian? No.
No, okay.
I would say the taxi and the bus are from a very specific city in England. In most of England, we don't have the red bus. We don't have the black taxi. We have more similar ones to in Italy. This is very distinctive.
Any ideas? Where could this be? What does it say? It says Festival Gardens open daily, Liverpool Street, Battersea Park. In the meantime, guess the city. In the meantime, we see Caterina saying, I would like to go to Rio de Janeiro. I've never been there, but I think it's one of the most interesting cities. Good. That's a very safe way and nice way to use the superlative. However, when you say one of the most, you want the noun to be plural. So an important point, one of the most interesting cities. It definitely makes your comment more diplomatic and more likable and friendly.
Yeah, it's not so absolute.
But cities then becomes plural. So I would like to go to Rio de Janeiro. I've never been there. Good usage of present perfect. I've never been there, but I think it's one of the most interesting cities. I have been to Rio de Janeiro, and it's fabulous. I recommend it. I went there about 20 years ago, though, so a long time. Okay,
but you would recommend.
I would absolutely recommend, and I would love to go back again. So, and Rosalba says there is the best paella. 2 thumbs up.
Definitely.
So no one knows the city. Isn't that interesting? Aha.
Do you know, Monique?
Do I know? I have an idea. It's actually the city my grandmother was born in. Believe it or not, you would not guess from my accent. But my grandmother lived to 100 years old and had an English accent till her final day of life.
Wow.
Like, she was adorable. But
did she have an English accent or a London accent?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure I know the difference. In my ignorance, I'm sorry, but
no, it's the same for me. I wouldn't know the New York apart from a different American accent.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, she definitely had an English accent, so she was very cute, very short and round, very sweet.
Aww.
Okay.
So yeah, this is London.
Yes, London.
The city
exactly.
is London.
London. So she was from East London. So.
Excellent.
But we have a comment from Stefania. In Rome, there are many types of public transportation, but the metro is the fastest. Good usage of the superlative. Metro is the fastest. Or on a scooter if you go very fast.
Yes.
Okay. Emily, can you read Maria's comment?
In Naples, there are 2 lines of underground, bus, tram, 3 lines of funicular. I don't know. Do you know the meaning of funicular?
Yeah, funicular is like that goes up and down. Like San Francisco has a very small funicular. It's like
we don't have these in England.
And down. There's one in Los Angeles in downtown, but it's really small. It's literally one tiny funicular. Yeah.
Okay.
But Cumana, I don't know what Cumana is.
Similar to an underground. Okay. Maybe it's very characteristic to Naples. Okay. Very well connected.
Awesome. So can you read the questions, Emily?
Yes. Number 1, what kinds of public transportation are there in your city? Number 2, what is the easiest way to get around in your city? Number 3, what is the worst time of day to travel in the city? And number 4, what is the cheapest or most expensive way to travel in your city?
Yeah. So let's see. I think we have other comments here. We have Leonardo saying, in my opinion, the easiest way to get around in Rome is scooter. I agree, Leonardo. I love the scooter, and it is a great way to get around in Rome. However, is it the cheapest way to travel in Rome? Is it the cheapest? What do you think, Emily? Is the scooter the cheapest way?
I don't know. I guess on foot would be the absolute cheapest way, by bicycle. But I guess it's pretty cheap, maybe.
It depends on the price of gas, right? Or petrol, as you say.
It's variable, maybe.
It's variable. And Nancy here says, in Bergamo, there are trains, trams, buses, taxis, bike sharing. Wow, there's everything.
Yeah. Also in Bologna, we have a lot of bike sharing.
Yeah. Have you used it?
Never. But I always see them below my apartment. So somebody is.
Yeah, it's called Mobike. It's very convenient. I've used it before, like when a friend comes to visit, I use my Mobike for my friend, and then I use my bicycle, so we go together.
Okay. So it's an easy way to rent.
It's an easy way to get around. Yeah, Leonardo, the cheapest way is bike. Fair enough, I agree. Let's see what Arciana says. Emily.
In my city, there is only the bus. I recommend to use the bike. Okay, it is the easiest way to get around if you live in the city.
Great. I would say also it's the most environmentally friendly.
Yeah, the most ecological, sustainable.
Would you say environmentally friendly?
Yeah, eco-friendly.
Environmentally friendly way to get around. Okay. The bike is the most environmentally friendly way to get around. absolutely good for our environment, Mother Nature. Let's see what Katerina is sharing.
She has a really nice piece of vocabulary, a moped.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what a moped is? I think it's quite British. I don't know if you use this in America.
Not so much. I'm familiar with the term, but not really.
It's a synonym of another word. Do you know?
Moped.
Moped.
A synonym for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. What is it a synonym
Arizona doesn't know.
Yeah, what reveal it to us.
Okay, a moped for us is a scooter. So in the UK, we wouldn't say I go to work by scooter. We'd say I go to work by moped. It's like a little bike, motorbike, a mini motorbike that you use. So scooter for us is more like for children. So when they have this, it's like one flat plane with 2 wheels and a stick. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I've seen them in Bologna as well. Those things.
The electric scooters that are becoming really popular now.
Yeah.
So actually, when I met my husband and he told me I go to work by scooter, I imagined him pedaling like an electric scooter. I didn't understand that.
That's adorable.
What we say is moped.
Yeah, so this is good to know for everyone about a UK terminology. Let's see what Katerina is sharing. Moped, underground scooter, cruise, boat, woo! Riding a bike and walking are the most cheapest. So be careful there, Katerina, because are the cheapest. Why? Because cheap is just one syllable. So are the cheapest and the least expensive means of transportation. Good. Okay, we have Rosalba saying, in Rome, the worst time of day to travel is at 7 o'clock a.m. because many people go to school and to work. Okay, sure.
It's the rush hour.
Rush hour, exactly.
Yeah, the busiest time.
Yeah, the bike is easiest and cheapest, but it is difficult in a big city, right? Which is why I love Bologna. Because it's a mid-sized city, so it's better for a bicycle. As I mentioned before, Los Angeles with a bicycle, very difficult, very difficult. Nancy here. Can you read Nancy's comment? Let's see.
Good. The easiest way to get around is the bus because you can go to the center or uptown.
Uptown, okay. Yeah, so not upper town, Nancy, but uptown. Like Billy Joel sang, Uptown girl, she's been living with her downtown world, right?
Yeah.
So uptown, one word. And let's see Leonardo's comments. Can you read it, Emily?
Yeah, in my opinion, in Rome, the worst time to get around is from 7 to 9 a.m. and from 5 to 19 or to 7 p.m. In this time, there is a lot of traffic. Yeah. So again, the rush hour. Everyone going to work.
Nancy here, the worst time of day to travel, I think, is the weekend. Okay. Definitely. Katerina, flying to the farthest places is the most expensive. Okay. Yes, definitely. Maria here, Emily?
In Naples, it depends on where you live. In the old town center, the best way is on foot. Otherwise, underground is the fastest means of transport.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. So again, in the old town center. Oh, in Naples, it depends. That's a good note for everyone. It depends.
In English, we need the it. It's very important. It
depends.
Always
Always remember your subject, right? It depends. La la la. It depends. Li li li. Okay.
And I also liked the use of otherwise. Otherwise. It's very nice. Yeah. It's a really good way to change the subject.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, lovely. Emily, what would you say the cheapest way to travel in Bologna is?
I would say by bicycle or by bus is not too bad. I have a ticket for a month because I travel by bus every day. So if you buy a monthly ticket or a yearly ticket, it's a little bit cheaper than if you buy tickets every time. if you want to
Sure,
travel.
yeah. Because they recently raised the bus rates here in Bologna. So
Yeah,
for me, it's a
it's gone
little
up.
expensive. I usually use my bicycle,
Mm,
but sometimes I'll use the bus and I buy the
yeah,
city pass, which is 10 rides. So
yeah,
we are almost up for our time, everyone. We want to thank you
yeah.
so very much. You've been a lovely
Hmm.
group. It's been a pleasure
Thank you
spending
for
this
your
time with
interaction.
you. Thank you for your interaction. You all live in beautiful cities. So we
Hmm.
wish you a wonderful day. Keep positive, keep healthy, eat lots of ginger and vegetables, and we look forward to seeing you the next time. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Emily. And
Thank
we will see
you.
you next time. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Good day, guys.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye, everybody.